Was it just a scheduling conflict, or the beginning of a silent fracture in the world's biggest boy band? The question hit like a lightning bolt across fandom timelines and trended globally within minutes. Jin, the eldest member of BTS, and known for his humor, warmth, and quietly commanding presence, was recently seen at Incheon Airport, heading off solo for his much-anticipated #RunSecJin EP.tour, a tour that marks his re-entry into the spotlight after military service. But something, or rather someone, was missing. Why wasn't Jungkook, the golden maknae who's often the loudest cheerleader for his youngs, present during Jin's tour preparations? It's a question that has snowballed into a media frenzy. For years, armies have watched the bond between Jin and Jungkook evolve, from the elder's patient mentorship to the younger's affectionate teasing. But in this rare moment of silence, speculation turned into concern, and concern morphed into controversy. Fans who gathered at the airport noticed the energy was different this time. There were no enthusiastic group farewells, no last-minute selfies, no behind-the-scenes V-Live streams of send-off dinners or goofy dance moves. Jin walked through the terminal alone, his face masked and his expression unreadable. Cameras clicked furiously, but none captured that familiar, comforting image of a fellow member waving from a distance. Just Jin, walking into a new chapter, seemingly unaccompanied. Insiders close to HYBE remain tight-lipped. Official statements praise Jin's upcoming tour, citing his continued excellence as a solo performer and his ability to captivate global audiences. But even those carefully crafted press releases can't mask what wasn't mentioned. Jungkook. No quote, no mention, not even a subtle repost. Is it merely coincidence or something deeper? Speculations intensified after a short behind-the-scenes documentary teaser was uploaded to BTS's official YouTube channel. In it, Jin is seen rehearsing, alone in the studio. There's a heaviness in his voice when he says, "I didn't expect it to feel this quiet." The camera lingers on his face. He tries to laugh it off, but there's a flicker of something else. Not just nerves, loneliness, disappointment, or maybe resignation. Immediately after the teaser dropped, the phrase, "Where is Jungkook?" began trending. It wasn't just a cry of confusion, it became a rallying cry. Some armies expressed their frustration openly. "Jin deserves the same support he gave the others," wrote one user. Another, more emotionally, typed, "If Jungkook skipped this by choice, I don't know what to believe anymore." Jungkook, meanwhile, was nowhere to be seen. No Instagram story, no tweet, no post-tour prep interaction. Just silence. The silence is loud. And yet, before assumptions morph into allegations, it's important to remember the context. Jungkook has also been deep into his own solo pursuits, from headlining appearances to international brand campaigns. There's even rumor of an unreleased project tied to a surprise appearance at the Paris Olympics. Could his absence be a matter of overlapping schedules? Very possibly, but timing alone doesn't explain everything. Days before Jin's airport sighting, fans noticed a subtle shift in Jungkook's social media activity. His usual pattern of likes and engagement on fellow members' content had tapered off. Some believe he even briefly unfollowed Jin on Instagram, though others claim it was a technical glitch. Still, the narrative had already taken root. In the eyes of fans, something had changed, and silence only fuels speculation. What if the brotherhood we thought was unshakable is beginning to crack under the weight of individual fame? BTS always presented a united front, even during their solo ventures. They celebrated each other's wins like family. So why, now, when Jin is taking such a bold leap, does it feel like one of the closest voices is missing? For fans, this moment cuts deeper than celebrity gossip. It strikes at the heart of what BTS has always stood for: unity, brotherhood, loyalty. These aren't just idols. They're a symbol of resilience and unwavering support. If that image begins to unravel, what does it mean for the fandom that has built its identity around them? Some armies, trying to make peace, argue that Jungkook is simply respecting Jin's spotlight. "Let him shine on his own," one fan tweeted. "He doesn't need anyone else standing beside him this time." Others aren't so forgiving. The emotional scars left by even the perception of abandonment run deep, and fandom wars have been bubbling under the surface. And perhaps that's the real story. Not just that Jungkook was absent, but that his absence felt like a betrayal. Jin's return to the stage was supposed to be a celebration, a triumph, a moment of healing. Instead, it has become a spotlight not just on him, but on what seems to be missing from the once impermeable BTS dynamic.
If this is just a temporary gap, a misunderstanding born from poor communication and busy schedules, fans will breathe a collective sigh of relief. But if it's something more, if the silence is a reflection of something unsaid between Jin and Jungkook, then this may be the first true fracture in BTS's pristine image. And it begs the question, when the music stops and the lights go down, who's still standing by your side? No matter the truth, one thing is undeniable. The world is watching. Every move, every omission, every glance caught on camera will be dissected in real time. The days leading up to Jin's tour kickoff at the Honda Center in Anaheim on July 17th will be drenched in speculation and anticipation. Will Jungkook show up? Will he speak out? Will there be a last-minute reunion that restores the faith of millions? Or is this the start of a new chapter, where solo dreams don't always walk hand in hand? As the countdown to Run tsekook EP tour continues, only one thing is certain. This is no longer just a concert tour. It's a story, a mystery, a moment that could redefine BTS, not just as a group, but as individuals navigating the blinding spotlight of global stardom. And the question still lingers, where is Jungkook? As the hours tick closer to the first night of Jin's #RunTsekook EP tour, the questions only intensify, and so does the silence from Jungkook. No press release, no live stream, no congratulatory post, not even a cryptic emoji. The internet is no stranger to overanalyzing K-pop dynamics, but even seasoned fans are admitting something doesn't feel right this time. This isn't just a missed schedule. This feels like an intentional absence. And now, the theories begin to multiply like wildfire. Some fans believe the split isn't personal, but strategic, a coordinated media blackout to build tension before a surprise reunion on stage. Others, far more anxious, suggest a brewing conflict between the two idols, one kept far from the sanitized pages of press kits and fan service videos. Could the golden harmony BTS is known for be cracking under the weight of their global fame? To understand the magnitude of Jungkook's absence, one must understand the bond he's always shared with Jin. Their dynamic, big brother and cheeky youngest, has always been endearing. In Bogdan Bombs and behind-the-scenes footage, Jungkook has often leaned on Jin for support, jokes, even comfort. And Jin? He's always been the quiet anchor, offering unsolicited dad jokes and spontaneous shoulder massages. So why the silence now? Flashback to early 2022. Jin posted a heartfelt letter before enlisting for military service. Jungkook, visibly emotional, said Hyung is really strong, but I'm going to miss him so much. Their goodbye hug was replayed millions of times. Fans believed that when Jin returned, Jungkook would be the first one to embrace him back. But now that Jin is finally back, not just back, but stepping boldly into the international spotlight, Jungkook is nowhere to be found. The emotional dissonance is too loud to ignore. HYBE's tight grip on BTS's narrative only adds fuel to the fire. The company's silence has often been interpreted as damage control, but this time, even their silence feels loaded, strategic, suspicious. Whispers inside fan communities hint at something deeper, creative clashes. Jin, with his more traditional K-pop idol appeal, prefers sentimental ballads, variety-style humor, and crowd-pleasing charm.
Jungkook, on the other hand, is all about reinvention. From genre-bending pop to urban streetwear aesthetics, he's the BTS member most likely to shock fans with a tattoo or a dance break. Could the two have drifted apart? Not as friends, but as artists. Another moment that set ARMY on high alert was a short clip leaked from a private rehearsal venue. Jin was heard talking to a staff member about last-minute changes. "We might need to adjust without him," he says, his voice trailing off. "It's okay, I'll handle it." No name was mentioned, but no one doubts who him might be. Meanwhile, fans continue to dissect Jungkook's digital silence. His last Instagram story featured only a dark studio shot with ambient music, no caption, no face. Was it a subtle nod to his absence? A signal that he's working, not avoiding? Or a ghost message meant to reflect an inner storm? The emotional weight of the moment cannot be overstated. Jin's tour is more than just a series of concerts. It's a statement, a return, a reintroduction, and Jungkook's absence threatens to overshadow all of it. Still, not everyone sees it as doom and gloom. There's a growing theory among optimistic fans that Jungkook is planning something big, something dramatic and emotional. Perhaps a surprise appearance during Jin's Anaheim concert. Perhaps a mid-set duet that will turn tears of disappointment into tears of joy. One fan even suggested that Jungkook might open the show as a secret guest before Jin takes the stage. Is that pure wishful thinking? Or well-planted breadcrumb? Whatever the truth, the tension is undeniable. Fandoms live on emotion, and armies are among the most passionate and organized in the world. This moment, real or perceived, has become a narrative they can't ignore. Whether it's disappointment, hope, or outrage, the emotional stakes are now sky high. And let's not forget the media. Korean news outlets have begun reporting on the speculation, subtly suggesting internal BTS scheduling conflicts. Western entertainment blogs have latched onto the headline, "Jin abandoned by Jungkook." Even YouTube channels known for K-pop drama breakdowns have released hour-long theories titled with clickbait banners like "BTS, the rift begins," or "Jungkook's silent message to Jin, decoded." But maybe the most emotional voice in all this comes from Jin himself. In a newly released video log, he's seen sitting alone backstage, tuning his guitar. The room is dim, his voice soft. "I'm nervous," he says with a chuckle. "More than usual. It's my first time like this. I hope someone's watching." The look in his eyes, not panicked, not desperate, just quietly hopeful, is more powerful than any headline. The irony is heartbreaking. This should have been his moment of glory. Instead, it's laced with longing. Jungkook hasn't responded, and the first concert is just days away. Fans are already lining up outside the Honda Center in California, waving banners, dressed in full Jin-themed outfits, holding signs that read, "We're here for you, Jin." But among those voices is an undeniable undercurrent. One chant, one cry, one question that refuses to fade. Where is Jungkook? Will he show up? Will there be a reconciliation on stage that puts the rumors to rest and restores the unbreakable image of BTS? Or will the silence continue long after the final encore fades? This is more than just music. This is legacy, identity. And for millions of fans watching across the globe, it's personal. As the clock winds down to the first night of #RunSeokJin EP Tour, all eyes aren't just on Jin's stage, they're searching the shadows for someone who should have been there. Stay tuned, because this story isn't over.